All right, we are now looking at target 3C. Target 3C was all about the quadratic formula. Again, you will be given that quadratic formula on the test. Okay, so you don't have to worry about memorizing it. Looking at number 11, given A equals 7, B equals -1, and C equals 3, substitute the values into the quadratic formula. Do not solve. Okay. So remember, we're going to rewrite our quadratic formula. X equals negative, instead of putting B in, I'm going to put those parentheses. Plus or minus the square root of. Instead of B, we're going to put parentheses. Minus. That's weird. Make sure it's minus 4AC, or else we don't have the right formula. Minus 4. A needs parentheses, and C needs parentheses. All over 2 times. A needs parentheses. Okay. So my first letter is D. D is -1. Plus or minus. Alright, my second letter here is also B. So it's again -1 squared. Minus 4 times A. Well, A is 7. Then comes C. Well, C is 3. All over 2A. Again, A is 7. So I'm just replacing those letters with the numbers they're equal to. One of the biggest things that people mess up on is this B with a -1. They'll only put one negative sign. Well, no, I need a negative sign here before the B, and then if B is negative, I need another negative sign. Okay, so just always be careful with that. All right, let's look at number 12. Number 12 says, given 16x minus 5 plus 2x squared equals 0, identify A, B, and C. Remember, A, B, and C have to be in the right order. They have to be in that standard form. Our highest exponent comes first, positive 2x squared. Then, just our regular variable is positive, so I need plus 16x. Then, our constant, right? Minus 5 equals 0. So in this case, A equals 2, B equals 16, and C equals -5. Alright, so make sure you're not just pulling them out in the order they're written in, that you're making sure they're in the right order first, and then saying which ones are A, B, and C. Looking at number 13, same type of thing, except in this one, right, it's not equal to 0. That's the other thing. It has to be equal to 0 in order to find A, B, and C. So right now, this one's equal to 7x plus 9. So I'm going to do the opposite of what it's equal to get it to be 0. So it's positive 7x. So I'm going to subtract 7x. And it's positive 9. So I'm going to subtract 9. Working left to right, 4x squared is just by itself. Negative 2x minus 7x is negative 9x. And 4 minus 9 is negative 5, or minus 5. Equals, and then I did the opposite, so those are just 0. Okay? So I have 4x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 0. So A is 4. B is negative 9. And C is negative 5. Or negative 9 and negative 5. All right, looking at number 14. I have x squared plus 7x plus steps using the quadratic formula. Alright, this is where I'm doing the whole thing. So again, I first have to get it equal to 0. I have to do the opposite of what it's currently equal to. I subtract 5x and subtract 4. Subtract 5x and subtract 4. So I have x squared, 7 minus 5 is 2x, 1 minus 4 is negative 3, equals 5x minus 5x is 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, it equals 0. My next step, figure out what A, B, and C are. A equals 1, there's technically a 1 there. B is 2, and C is negative 3. Next step, we're going to plug it into the formula. So I'm going to take my formula, x equals the opposite of parentheses, plus or minus the square root of parentheses squared, minus 4a. I hope it's right on this thing. Got cut off. This one's right. Alright, whatever. 4 times parentheses. C is also another set of parentheses. All over 2 times parentheses. Okay. My first letter is B, and B we got as 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 3 all over 2 times 1. Right. So, x equals, well this is going to be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of, remember this whole thing, I'm just going to type in my calculator. Okay. So I have 2 squared, have your parentheses, minus 4 times, a was 1, and then negative 3. Okay. Again, all the parentheses need to be there. And I get 16. All over 2 times 1 is 2. This equals negative 2 plus or minus square root of 16. Well, the square root of 16 I can actually do. That's negative 2 plus or minus. The square root of 16 is 4. Alright, well that is an actual number. There's no radical, and there's no I. 16 wasn't negative. I don't have any I here. I can actually add and subtract these. Negative 2 plus 4 is, negative 2 plus 4 is 2 divided by 2. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 over 2. Well, now let's actually divide. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Okay, so those are my 2 answers. So make sure that you are finishing up and simplifying anything you can simplify. All right, looking at number 15. Solve for x by using the quadratic formula. 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 equals 0. Well, this one is already in standard form. A equals B equals negative 3. C equals 4. Alright, so I'm going to put these in my quadratic formula. X equals the opposite of parentheses plus or minus the square root of parentheses squared minus 4 parentheses all over 2 times parentheses. Okay. So my first letter is B. D is -3. Plus or minus, my second letter is B, -3. My third letter is A, which is 2. Then comes C, which is 4, all over 2 times A, which is 2. So what do I have? X equals, the opposite of -3 is +3, plus or minus the square root of. Again, I'm going to type this in my calculator, making sure I have all parentheses. -3 squared minus 4 times A is 2, B was 4, right? Yeah, minus 4. Now I get -23. All over. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. My last thing I want to check is, this one has an I, or sorry, this one has a negative. So that negative is going to become I. Okay. But I need to check if I can take the square root of 23. No, I can't. So this is going to be x equals 3 plus or minus, I need that I, square root 23 over 4. Okay. And that I comes because the 23 is a negative. Alright, that's it for target C. Go ahead and go look over that and go move on to target D.